It is rightly said that the fun begins where the tarred road ends. After this corona period, while world is regaining its earlier days and coming closer to the end of the tarred road, we are here to welcome our new batch with fresh zeal and emotion. On behalf of Team Daksh, I would like to welcome you all batch 2K21 to our orientation session. Hope you all get a clear insight of our team. We plan, we design, we construct, and then we achieve together. We are not only a team, but a family. Moving on to the next slide. Our buggy speaks louder than our words. You could have witnessed the real hard work done by us. But no worries, the offline days are near. Some amazing offline experience can be witnessed in the current slide. Now, before moving forward, here's a question for you all. When was Team Daksh founded? Any idea, juniors? Please write your answers in the comment section. Yes, moving forward towards the next slide and the insight of our team, here is an overview of our team and its working. The team was founded far back in 2009. And yes, many of you have got it right. And since then, it's continuously adding laurels to our college. Team Daksh is the official off-road racing team of NIT Jamshedpur, which focuses on designing and fabrication of all-terrain vehicles, that is ATV, to participate in Baja events every year. Main aim and motto of our team is to design and fabricate a rugged single-seated vehicle with off-road capabilities. Till now, our team has participated in 9 national and 1 international event and proved its work. Moving on to the next slide. Togetherness is the motto of our team. Together we work, together we perform, and then together we achieve. Now here is a tour of our team through a video which will surely take you to the amusing adventure of our team. Please have a look. Hope you all got a clear idea of our team. And yes, did you all notice the 360-degree flip? Oh, just amazing, na? Didn't it make you all excited that how adventurous this is? If yes, then join us and you can also experience this adventure. It was not possible to compile each and every moment that we and our seniors have dedicated to make this team bearer of our institute's pride and prestige in national as well as international level. But I hope you got some insights. Now moving forward is the working of our team. Baha SAE provide us the rule book every year in which they state how and which design they want us to fabricate. And according to that set of rules, we design our roll cage and other parts on softwares like SolidWorks and CATIA and do their analysis on CAD and CAE softwares. Then the assembling process begins with suspension, steering, powertrain, brake, and many such different parts bringing together. Moving on to the next slide. As truly said, first learn the rules of the game and then play better than everyone. That's what we do here. We are a team full of dedication and zeal. We dare to dream and drive to dominate. Now showing you all the trace of our winning, our success stories. On the very first year in 2010, Team Daksh participated in Baha and we won the Best Engineering Design and First Least Emission Category Award. The same year, team participated in Baha International and won the Safest Vehicle Award. In 2011, we won Go Green Award and third in Endurance Race category. In 2015, Team Daksh got the 6th overall and third in sales presentation and also was the runner-up in cost report. In 2016, in Baha SAE India, we got 25th overall and third in the endurance race. Same year, we also participated in Baha Student India and managed to get the 12th overall rank. In 2018, we got first prize in Baha Virtuals and also was the runner-up in Go Green. In 2019, we got 12th in Baha Virtuals and again first in Go Green events. Moving on to the next slide. COVID being a barrier all over the world also couldn't stop our team. We participated in Baha event virtually, glimpse of which can be seen in the current slide. All these ranks, achievements, and events are not just numbers. They are the result of team effort and sleepless nights, which can't be counted on your fingertips. Put your gears to the maximum to encounter the terrain loaded with thrills and adventure. Team Daksh welcome you all to the most motivating, adventurous, and exciting team to live your best 4 years of college life. Moving towards the different section of our team in next slide. Our team is divided majorly into two sections, technical and non-technical section. Technical section comprises of suspension and steering, CAD and CAE, brakes, powertrain, and emission control. Non-technical section comprises of sponsorship and creative and social media. It's totally on you to choose whichever section you want to. You can go for technical, non-technical, or even both. And also, never keep a misconception that you need any prior knowledge to get inducted in our team. Also, we will never restrict you to work in your chosen section only. That is, you can gain knowledge from all the sections you wish to, irrespective of what you have chosen. Moving on, here is a video which will show you how our buggy is assembled. Have a look. Believe me or not, this is not only a car, but our dream, which we see in front of our eyes in our college. Now, most important part, juniors, please note, keep a pen and paper handy throughout the orientation to note down important points as question in the induction process will be asked based on today's session. Next up, whenever this type of question mark slide will appear, as it can be currently seen, it will be the time for question session. Some questions will be asked by us and make sure to answer them in the chat box only, as the first person to answer and continuously active throughout the orientation process will definitely be given edge in our induction process. Now, for further proceedings to some of our technical section, I would like Mrinal to take over.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is Mrinal Bhardwaj from Team Daksh. So, my question is, what is the reason for comfort of passenger in four-wheel vehicles, or what keeps vehicle stable when it passes through irregular surface like bumps or potholes? You all can write your answer in the chat box. Yeah, good response, juniors. So, the answer is suspension system. So, moving to next slide. So now in the upcoming few slides, we will discuss about what is suspension system. Suspension system is the system of shock absorbers, springs, and stabilizer. It includes linkages that connects the vehicle to its wheels and allows relative motion between them. It also helps to distribute the weight of car evenly to all the tires, thus reducing wearing and tearing of the tire. As you can see in this animated GIF that when that when this black car passes, you can all see that it is not very much stable on this uneven road. But but when this white car passes, we can see that it is very stable on the uneven road. So what is the reason behind this? So the reason behind this is that the white car is well equipped with suspension system, but black car is not well equipped with suspension system. So moving to the next slide. Now we will see on what principles our suspension system works. So it works on three C's principle, that is contact, control, and comfort. Suspension system ensures tire to have contact with the ground. It also improves control of driver on the vehicle, and it also makes passenger feel least of the road irregularities. So moving to our next slide. Now we will see rotation about different axes. So according to ISO convention, there are three possible rotation of vehicle, that is along X, Y and Z axes, and each rotation is named differently. Like rotation about X axis is known as roll, and it can be seen shown by this orange dog. While rotation about Y axis is known as pitch, and it is shown by the black dog. While rotation about Z axis is known as yaw, and it is shown by the blue dog. So moving to our next slide. Now we will discuss some of the basic terms related to suspension. So in the first figure, we can see that it is shown camber angle. So what is camber angle? So when seen from the front or the back side, the camber angle is the angle between the tire center line and the vertical line. The yellow patch shows the camber angle, and the angle between the kingpin center line and the vertical line is known as kingpin inclination angle. Now the second figure shows the caster angle. So what is caster angle? So when seen from the side view, the caster angle is defined as the angle between the vertical line and kingpin center line. Now the rightmost figure shows the toe in and toe out. So what does toe in and toe out means? So toe in is a situation of front wheel in which they are closer together at the front than at the back, while toe out is a situation where wheels are close together behind and in front. You can clearly see in this picture. Have a glimpse on this picture for a while. Okay, then we will move further to the next slide. So now we will discuss about types of suspension system. So there are basically two types of suspension system. The first one is rigid or dependent suspension system, and the next one is and the other one is independent suspension system. So as the name suggests, in dependent suspension system, when some disturbance occur to the one tire, it also affects other tire. As we can see in the left GIF that when any bump or disturbance come on the one tire, it also disturbs the second tire. And the right one and the right picture is of independent suspension system. So in this suspension system, both the wheels are mounted separately, and disturbance to one wheels doesn't affect the other wheels, as you can see in the right GIF. So have a look, then we will move further ahead. So please change the slide. So now we'll see the components of suspension system. Basic components of suspension system are coil spring, shock absorber, rods, and linkages. Coil spring. What does coil spring do? So coil spring are the part that absorb the impact when a vehicle hits a bump on the road. While what does shock absorber do? Shock absorber is also known as damper, and this part supports the coil spring to further reduce the impact of a bump or a path hole. And what does rod and linkages do? So these parts work together to link different parts of the suspension system together. And you can also see in the figure like leftmost figure is of coil spring, middle figure is of hydraulic shock absorber, and the rightmost figure is of coil spring and hydraulic shock absorber together in a suspension. So moving to next slide. Now we'll see different types of front suspension system. The major front suspension system used in most vehicles are: first one is McPherson-Studd suspension system, the second one is double wishbone suspension system, and the third one is torsion bar suspension system. So moving to our next slide. So you can see in the picture that the leftmost one is the McPherson-Studd suspension system. The middle one is of double wishbone suspension system, and the rightmost picture is of comparison between McPherson-Studd and double wishbone suspension system. And you should also note that it may ask in our induction process also that Team Daksh uses double wishbone suspension system for the front wheel, while we use trailing arm suspension system for our rear wheel. So moving to our next slide. Next slide. So now for discussing the steering system, I would like to call Arun.
Thank you, Midal. Hello, everyone. I am Arun Yadav from Team Daksh. Starting with the steering system, well, everyone knows what controls the direction of vehicle. It is the steering system. So, a steering system consists of components like steering wheel, steering column, pinion gear, rack gear, tie rod, and some other components also. A steering system allows the driver to steer the wheel carefully and with safety. The most common steering system is rack and pinion steering, and it gets its name from the two gear which it uses: the rack linear gear and the pinion circular gear. Utkarsh, please play the video. You can clearly see in the animation that how circular motion applied to steering wheel gets converted in linear motion with the help of rack and pinion gear. The gray color circular the gray color circular gear is the rack pinion gear, and the green color wait and the green color bar in the horizontal direction having tips on it is the rack gear. The when pinion gear rotates on the rack gear, it converts the circular motion which we apply on the steering wheel to the linear motion of tie rod connected at the both ends of rack. So moving on to components of rack and pinion steering system. It mainly consists of steering wheel, steering shaft, rack and pinion, tie rods, and steering arms. Moving to next slide. Now, here we will understand understeer and oversteer condition in our vehicle. Understeer is a condition in which vehicle turns less than desired amount and thus does not follow the expected track and in which accident may occur. Conversely, oversteer is a condition in which vehicle turns more than the desired amount. So moving forward to next slide. Now moving to CAD and CI section. So and can anyone guess what is the first step towards the designing and fabrication of our ATV? Please write the answers in chat box. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are right. It is designing our CAD on ATV. Our CAD. It is designing our ATV virtually, which is done on CAD software. Now you must be wondering what is CAD. Many of you guys may know, and many of may you not. So let me describe what is CAD for you. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. It is a computer technology that designs a product and documents the design process. CAD may facilitate the manufacturing process by transferring detailed diagram of a product material, process, tolerance, and dimensions. In the figure you are showing, the leftmost figure is the 1D line geometry which can be made on CAD, the 2D surface geometry, drafting, and finally the 3D CAD model. All this can be done on the CAD depending on our requirement. The CAD software which we use on our team mostly are SolidWorks and CATIA. Now I would like to call Jatin to explain the CI section.
Thank you, Arun. So, hello everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Jatin Siddharth, and I am from Team Daksh, and I am going to present the CAE section of Team Daksh. Many of you may not be familiar with this term CAE. So, right now, the question must be arising in your mind that what is CAE? CAE stands for Computer Aided Engineering, and CAE is a software which provides us a platform to apply computer assisted math based analysis and simulation techniques to the product development process. Now, let me define simulation. A simulation is a replica of a real world process in a controlled virtual environment. Basically, we use CAE to simulate and solve real world engineering problems. Some widely used CAE softwares are ANSYS, Nastran, HyperWorks, and Abacus. Moving to the next slide. So, as you all know, Team Dux design and fabricate ATV, and ATVs are among the rough and tough vehicles. So, in order to design such a rough and tough vehicle, we need a powerful tool, and that tool is CAE. Let me show you all what we do in CAE, and it is going to be interesting. Assume a situation when our ATV is moving at a speed of 60 km per hour and undergoes a collision with some other vehicle. Can you imagine the impact of collision on the chassis of the ATV? The visualization that you are watching right now is displaying the deformation in the chassis when front of the vehicle was under collision. Here, red zone is depicting maximum deformation and blue zone is depicting minimum deformation in the chassis. Similarly, we can perform side crash test and rear crash test of the vehicle. Now moving to the next slide, we use Lotus Shark software to design and optimize suspension system. You can see the suspension system undergoing roll, bump, and steer in the visualization. Moving to the next slide. Now, what is the need of CAD and CAE? Why we use these softwares? We use these softwares because CAD and CAE provide us a virtual environment to design, analyze, and test a product, thus eliminating the need for prototype manufacturing, which saves time, money, and resources. So that's all from my side. Now I would like to call Arun to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Jatin. Now I will be introducing you to the braking system. But before that, I would like to ask you a question. Like Isa introduced you to Team Ducks. So my question is, what is the name of the event in which the Team Ducks participates? Please write your answers in the chat box. Okay, yes, most of you are correct. Team Dux participates in Baha SAE India every year. Thank you for the answers. And this shows you are paying attention, and it is good for you because everything will be asked from this orientation session only at the time of induction. Now moving to the braking system. So now I want you to imagine a situation what an automobile would be without braking system. Suppose like you are driving your vehicle and due to some reason the brakes of the vehicle stop functioning. You will suddenly feel like you have no control on vehicle's speed. That is why brakes are one of the most important control component of the vehicle. Now what is brake? A brake is a mechanical device that inhibits motion by absorbing energy from a moving system. It is used for slowing or stopping a moving vehicle or to prevent its motion, most often accomplished by means of friction. In vehicle, this is done by converting kinetic energy into heat energy and dissipate it into the atmosphere. Moving forward to working of hydraulic brakes. Okay, so brakes come into function as we push the brake pedal. When the brake pedal is pushed, it pushes the plunger and thus creating pressure in the brake fluid, which is carried to the brake calipers with the help of brake lines. In the animation, you can see the plunger is moving inward and outward, and the blue fluid, which is known as brake fluid, is carried out to the brake caliper with the help of hydraulic lines, as mentioned in this animation. So, and inside the brake caliper, due to pressure in brake fluid, brake pads are pushed in such a way that they start rubbing on the surface of the rotor, which creates the frictional force and thus changing the kinetic energy of vehicle to heat energy. Working of hydraulic brakes is based on Pascal's law. Moving to next slide, classification of brakes. So there are various classification of brakes based on method of application, method of actuation, and many more. But for now, we will focus on the brakes used in production cars, that is drum brakes and disc brakes. Drum brakes are the brakes in which brake shoes are pushed outward against the rotating brake drum. As you can see in the left animation, brake shoes are pushed against brake drum. This will create frictional force between drum and the shoe and thus causing the vehicle to stop. Moving on to the disc brake, we see it is type of brake that uses caliper against the rotor to create friction. A zoomed view of the caliper and the rotor is shown in the animation itself, in which you can see as the rotor is moving and you put something which rub on the surface of the rotor will create a frictional force and hence rotating motion of rotor is stopped and vehicle comes to rest. Now, moving on to the next slide, we will discuss about the components of disc brake. The main components of disc brake are the caliper assembly, the brake pads, and the rotor, also known as disc. The caliper assembly provides stopping force at the wheel by clamping the brake pads against the disc or rotor. The next component is known as brake pad. It is frictional material for braking by sandwiching the disc rotor. All the components which I am telling are mentioned in this diagram you can see. And at last, the rotor or disc. Disc is a round plate of cast iron installed at the hub of the wheel and it rotates together with wheels. And all these components work together to form a functional and complete braking system. Did you guys notice that I have discussed components of disc brake only? It is so because in Team Dux we use disc brakes in our ATV. The reason behind using disc brake is that it has excellent heat radiation because it is open to atmosphere. Also, there is low deterioration in braking performance with the repeated use. And also, disc brakes have a stable braking performance. That is all from my side. I would like to call Aditya to continue further.
Thank you, Arun. I hope you guys are finding this session interactive. So, first of all, greetings everyone. Myself Aditya Singh from Team Daksh. Have you ever heard of the term powertrain? Please respond in the chat box. Please, show some enthusiasm. All right, all right. Yeah, please change the slide. As the name suggests, powertrain is a system of components that together are used to transmit power from engine to the wheels. This power is essential to set our vehicle into motion. The components involved are mentioned here as you can see. It includes engine, clutch, transmission, drive shafts, axles, and differential. Have you heard about these parts that I have told you here? Please respond. Okay, okay. Okay, let me explain. Firstly, in this sequence, as you can see, comes the engine. So please change the slide. Engines are of various types on the basis of type of fuel used, number of pistons or cylinders, and the thermodynamic cycles also. So, but here we will only discuss according to our need that our team uses four-stroke petrol engine. So here you can see in this GIF animation, engine is a device that is used to convert heat energy by burning fuel into mechanical energy, and this happens in the given stages or strokes as mentioned here. The very first is suction stroke, the second is compression stroke, third is power stroke, and fourth is exhaust stroke. The all four strokes you can see in this animation how these are happening. So first of all, the intake stroke. In this stage, a mixture of air and fuel together are sucked into the combustion chamber of the engine, and after this, compression stroke compresses the air fuel mixture and ignition occurs. And due to ignition, the pressure and temperature are increased, which results in pushing of piston downwards, and in this way, power stroke occurs. And after these strokes occur, waste gases are released into the atmosphere by the means of exhaust stroke. Till now, I guess you people have understood the working of engine. Please respond. Yeah, please let's make this session interactive by your responses. Yeah, all right. So please change the slide. So in this powertrain sequence, the next member is clutch. So you must have heard about it, I hope. During bike riding, when we need to change gear, clutch is engaged, and when the clutch is applied, as you must have observed, no power is transmitted. And uh, when the clutch is not applied, the power is transmitted to the wheels, and the wheel keeps rotating. So we can say that the clutch acts as a switch for transmitting power. All right. So after the clutch, we must discuss the transmission. It is a system of gears which together regulates the power that how much it will be given to the wheels. So simply at the lowest gear, that is the first gear, torque is more, and at the highest gear, the speed is more. Here, there are several types of transmission such as manual transmission, automatic transmission, continuously variable transmission, and a dual clutch transmission. Please change the slide. uh, Here it is written, please note this point that our team uses this CVT or continuously variable transmission in our vehicles. So I'll tell you in brief about it that it is a set of two variable driven and a driver pulley and a belt which changes its shape accordingly with acceleration. As you can see here in the animation, it has infinite gear ratio which helps in better fuel management. Infinite, it is its gear ratio is infinite because you must know that circle has infinite sides, right? So gear ratio is simply the ratio of tooth present on the gears. So we can say that cylindrical pulley has infinite side and it doesn't have any teeth on it, resulting in infinite gear ratio. So I hope you guys have understood this working too. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, this is differential. Differential is also a set of gear which is used to support the vehicle at turning. And during the turning, tires which is at the extreme outer position, please change the slide. Yeah, here you can see what is the significance of differentials. So in the right hand side diagram, you can see that the wheel at the outer side travels more distance than that of the inner side. So differential prevents skidding of vehicle during turning by distributing power efficiently. So you have seen a glimpse of differential during under and oversteering. So these types of accidents are prevented by using differential. And finally, the power is delivered to the axles, and which makes the vehicle rotate and push the vehicle into motion. So I hope you must have understood till now, and that's all from my side. I would like to hand it over to Richa. Thank you.
Okay. Am I audible and visible? Aditya? Yeah, okay.
No, you are not.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. So, hello everyone. This is Richa from Team Daksh. So, you might have seen exhaust fans in your kitchen, bathroom, etc., right? So, tell me what is the first thing that strikes to your mind when we talk about exhaust in a vehicle? You can write your answers in the chat box. Okay, pipe, silencer, black smoke, cooling. Okay. Okay, so yeah, good response. It's good to know that every one of you are paying attention. Some of you have an idea, and those who don't need to worry about it. That's what we're here to talk about. All right, so we're about to find exactly what role exhaust system plays in our ATV. So, guys, welcome to the last and most exciting technical part of Team Daksh. It is something that not only affects us and the ATV we make, but also our surrounding. So, will you prefer to be in a car that makes a lot of noises and produces a lot of harmful gases? Of course not, right? So, for us to not let that happen, we need a good exhaust system, the same way our body needs a good excretory system to dispose waste. So, the first question that arises is, what is the function of our exhaust system? Our exhaust main function is to reduce the pollution and increase the efficiency of our engine so as to reduce its fuel consumption by removing harmful exhaust gases that are being produced from the engine while it's running so that it doesn't produce noise or the exhaust fume is not directed towards passenger. So moving to the next slide, our exhaust system mainly consists of exhaust manifold, oxygen sensor, catalytic converter, hangers, exhaust joints, and muffler. Moving to the next slide. So now that we know what an exhaust system is and what role it plays in our ATV, you might be curious about how it works. So as you can see in the diagram that the exhaust manifold is connected to the engine and is made in such a way that it has pipes going in all cylinder. It has only one output. The manifold collects all the exhaust gases from different chambers at the same time and push them through a single pipe. The opening and closing of the exhaust manifold are controlled by a poppet valve. After the exhaust gases are collected, they go through the catalytic converter through piping and are released in the atmosphere. The muffler here is used to reduce the sound that is being produced from the engine. Moving to the next slide. So now that we know how the exhaust actually works, the next question that arises is which type of gases it actually produces. So it produces a total of 6 gases, out of which 3 are toxic, that is carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen monoxide. Others are carbon dioxide, hydrocarbon, benzene. Although they are not toxic but are still harmful. So, as you are the students of J who are just given JE, I hope you guys will be having a little bit knowledge of these things. So, yeah, moving to the next slide. So, now that we have learned the harmful gases that are being produced, it's time for us to know how to resolve these pressing issues. So, for that, we use catalytic converter. As the name suggests, it catalyzes harmful gases produced like hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide to non-harmful gases. There are 2 types of catalytic converter, the oxidation catalyst and reduction catalyst. So oxidation catalysts like platinum and palladium convert unburnt carbon and carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide and water, whereas reduction catalysts like platinum and rhodium converts nitrogen oxide emission to nitrogen and oxygen. Moving to the next slide. So oxygen sensor is used in vehicle to measure the amount of oxygen present in exhaust. It basically senses the concentration of oxygen in the exhaust, which is transmitted in the form of electric voltage signal to the engine. Moving to the next slide. So here we are at the most exciting part of the uh, exhaust system. So we have an excellent exhaust system that made us the winner of Go Green event, which is a separate event in Baha SAE India for emission control and helped us to grab the prize money in 2 consecutive years. There we made use of catalytic converter to reduce the harmful gases to non-poisonous one. You can see the picture of the trophy on your screen that we brought home. Doesn't this makes you all hyped up and exciting looking at it? Because it sure does to me. So that was all from my side. I hope I was able to scratch the surface of exhaust system. Thank you everyone. Now I'll be handling the presentation to Adarsh. Adarsh, please continue.
Thank you, Risha. Again, it's question time. So let me ask you guys, what do you think? Does college provide us enough fund that we can build our ATV, our vehicle? What do you think, you guys? So how do we build? How do we get money for our to build our ATV? Yeah, it's good response. Very good sponsorship. So as you know, in this world, whatever we do, we need money. So how do we get money for our team? As you know, making an ATV costs a lot, and our college doesn't provide so much funds. So we get our money through sponsorship. Sponsorship means getting fund from organization. But it's not important that every time an organization will provide us money. Sometimes they provide us workshops or some component we need. Now moving to the next slide. Here arises a question in everyone's mind. Why any company will sponsor us? As you know, companies have rules to give some portion of their income to the social company, to the society. This is known as CSR. You guys know about CSR? What CSR is? CSR stands for the corporate social responsibilities. Technical team like us are also benefited under social cause of CSR to get our fund. We convince companies to sponsor us, in return promote them in main event. We stick poster on our buggy for them. Now moving to the next slide. There is no point to be stagnant and stationary because everyone want to be one step ahead than they were at the previous day. Here at Daksh, we are always looking to better ourselves. We are innovating ourselves to use more electrical component and sensors. Sensors. Sensors help us to know condition of our vehicle. It's gathered data from calculate to calculate a perfect fuel mixture for the best fuel economy of all situation. The another point is use of more CAE software. As Arun said, we currently use CATIA and SolidWorks for designing and ANSYS for analyzing. We are planning more software like MATLAB, which can be used for simulation. And the final point is we are trying to participate in eBaha. eBaha is another event organized by SAE for designing in ATV, electric ATV. Thanks, it's by my side. Now, best part will be taken over by Khushi.
Thank you, Adarsh. A very good evening to everyone present here. I'm Khushi from Team Daksh. Juniors, you might be very much curious to know why we should choose Team Daksh only. So I would say we have a very strong alumni network. Our alumni always helps, encourage, guide whenever we required. Our alumni are placed at a very good positions. Also, their experience and supports help us lot to achieve success for the team. I would say we have a very good work experience. While working for this team, you will explore many things and you can add all these things for your CV enhancement. Speaking very genuinely, the experience and the innovative ideas you will gather in your 4 year will surely going to be used for your entire life. We have a very good team coordination. Our team make different strategies and process, which helps our team to collaborate more effectively on our collective goals. We have a very good planning and a well interaction between all the team members. Juniors, it's very interesting to know that Team Daksh is the one and only technical team of NIT Jamshedpur, which enthusiastically and continuously participate in Baha SA India every year, conducted in the month of January in the Pithampura, Madhya Pradesh, with a huge number of active participation, and that led to the great prosperous for our team. Now, apart from the orientation session, I would like to share my personal views for the team. You might be thinking that why you should be inducted in these technical teams or what all things you are going to learn in your 4 year from this team and what are the benefit of being the member of this team. So sharing my personal views for the team. Initially, when I joined the college, I was having least knowledge about the ATV, the car manufacturing, fabrication and its part, or anything about any of the technical teams. But with my efforts and dedication, I ended up being a member of Team Daksh. Speaking honestly, I started from zero level, but with the coordination of team, mates and the guidance of seniors, I gained so many practical knowledge, the innovative ideas, the experience that weren't the part of academics. Also, this team led me to develop my personality and boost up my confidence level. And definitely, it helped me to overcome my shyness. So, the idea of manufacturing and fabricating the vehicles is full of excitement and fulfilling. To say very least, the journey we set on once we are part of a family is full of adventures. You won't feel Team Daksh to be any normal team. Rather than, I would say it's just a family where you all will be treated as its member. And lots of unforgettable memories are made. For me, words aren't enough to describe this mystifying experience which I had with this team. And you just have to be a part to experience it. Now, juniors, you might all be keenly waiting for the induction process, and you all wanted to know when and how the inductions are going to be conducted. So let me tell you, the official dates for the induction will be given in your official WhatsApp group. And the induction is going to be held in 3 rounds. The first will be the written round, and the shortlisted students from the written round will be allowed to appear for the PI round, that is the personal interview round. And the questions for PI will be completely based on the today's orientation session, and you all will be judged on your dedication level and some technical knowledge. So guys, we have a video for you where you will be shown some clips of Team Daksh, that how we work and some of the memories which are captured during our offline days.
The mid-range, drop the bass.
That was so astonishing and enjoyable video. Now I would like to call the current captain of Team Daksh, Ujjwal sir, of 3rd year to say a few words. Sir, if you are there, please come and say.
Hello everyone. Could you please confirm me, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Hello everyone. I am Ujjwal, currently serving Team Daksh as captain. and the CR of the Mechanical 2K19 batch. You guys must haven't interacted with me yet, this online things but as soon as you will be in the college, you will be aware of the environment that you guys are supposed to be in. इतने देर काफी टेक्निकल बातें हो गई, तो इन सब के बीच में आई वुड लाइक टू मेक द फर्स्ट थिंग क्लियर कि मिसकंसेप्शन मत बनाना अपने अंदर कि तुम्हें बहुत कुछ आना चाहिए टेक्निकल टीम में आने के लिए. ओके, यू जस्ट नीड टू रिवाइज द पॉइंट्स दैट योर सीनियर्स हैज डिलीवर्ड यू राइट नाउ. और देखो, अब तक तो टेक्निकल कॉलेज में आके कुछ टेक्निकल चीज़ों को किया या एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया होगा, सारे कल्चरल टीम्स में ही अब तक उलझे रहे होगे. तो अब वक्त है एक्चुअल टेक्निकल चीज़ को और उसके टूवर्ड्स अपने कैरियर को फोकस करने का. लाइक यू कैन सी दक्ष के अचीवमेंट्स, एल्यूमनी बेस और पोटेंशियल, इन सब चीज़ों को ना कॉलेज आते ही तुम लोग समझ जाओगे. एंड इफ टॉकिंग अबाउट मी, जब मैं कॉलेज आया था तो लाइक कॉलेज की हवाओं में ही दक्ष की आवाज थी. ठीक है, सो आई वॉज वेरी क्यूरियस टू नो आफ्टर कमिंग टू कॉलेज की क्या है दक्ष आखिर. like what was Daksh and what is its working, what is the procedure. Like everyone was talking about the inductions on and orientation of technical teams and mostly about Daksh. So after so much research I came to know that okay, Daksh is a technical team, and apart from Daksh there are various technical teams, right? So it was a confusion for me to how and when to go, how to choose. And I was like मेरे को एक सेल्फ डाउट था कि डू आई हैव द पोटेंशियल टू गेट इंडक्टेड इन these teams. So after researching many teams, like you can visit, like what I did, I visited social media sites, the website pages. तो इन सब को विजिट करने के बाद what I reported and noticed कि that was the only team that was continuously participating in Bahai events. Like every year without any fail, Daksh was participating and was achieving someone else. So why would I take any risk not to be in the part of those achievement list? So I choose Daksh. और देन आई वॉज प्रिसाइज अबाउट माई चॉइस कि मैं दक्ष ही लूंगा. और फिर इसके बाद like I aforesaid that I had a self doubt. So I started contacting my seniors who were already in Daksh to help me out there, that, like what to study and how to get inducted. So आई वुड लाइक टू मेक क्लियर कि यहाँ बस टेक्निकल चीज़ें ही नहीं होती, यहाँ पे और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. जैसे हम लोग स्पॉन्सरशिप पे फोकस करते हैं. सो अगर आप लोग, जैसे तुम लोगों में से बहुत लोग ऐसे होंगे जो शाई नेचर के होंगे, कम्युनिकेशन जिनका बहुत अच्छा नहीं होगा, तो उन लोगों के लिए एक बहुत बढ़िया अपॉर्चुनिटी होता है जहाँ हम लोग स्पॉन्सरशिप सिखाते हैं. like we are not looking for someone जिसे सब कुछ आता हो, we are looking for someone who are eager to learn. okay, like we are like हम लोगों में बहुत limited seats होती है, right? like 30 or 35 seats are there for the people to get inducted. but मेरे को ये डाउट था कि अगर 30 बच्चों में मेरा नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा. ऐसा डाउट्स मे भी आप लोगों में भी आए, तुम लोगों में भी आए. तो ऐसा है कि बस 30 ही बच्चों का नहीं होता, जो लोग डेडिकेटेड होते हैं वो लोग टीम के साथ ही कंटिन्यू रहते हैं और करते हैं. आप लोगों को सिखाया जाता है, ना कि आपसे पूरा एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है. ऐसे काफ़ी टेक्निकल बातें हो गई हैं. कोई कंफ्यूजन हो तो सब तुम लोग पूछो. अब चिल है, तुम लोग के सेकंड ईयर ही तुम लोग को संभालेंगे और सब कुछ सिखाएंगे. बाकी तो थर्ड ईयर वाले लोग के साथ अब चिल ही करोगे. किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं है क्या? अच्छा, चैट देख लेता हूँ. Okay, I would like to welcome Siddharth, the vice captain, to share his experiences. Siddharth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Hello, juniors. My name is Siddharth Srivastava. I'm third year mechanical engineering student. So, first of all, a warm welcome to Team Daksh. Basic, मैं तुम लोग को ये बात बताना चाहता हूँ कि whatever you will be learning in your classrooms, you will get the practical implementation in this team. Most of you have studied about engineering mechanics in first year. Anyone? Have you studied engineering mechanics? Okay. So have you heard about trust? No one. Okay, no issue. Whatever you will be learning in your classrooms, you will get the practical implementation in that particular buggy. देखो, बुक्स में जो भी नॉलेज है वो है, बट उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन तुम्हें देखना है. तुम्हें सीखना है कि कैसे रियल लाइफ इंजीनियरिंग प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करना है. सपोज करो तुम्हें ये बात तो पता है कि ट्रसेस आर यूज्ड, बट उनका कैसे तुम एप्लीकेशन यूज करके एक फ्रेम को ज्यादा रिजिड बना सकते हो. ये एक एप्लीकेशन हो गया. इसके अलावा टीम दक्ष में ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ तुम्हें टेक्निकल काम है, ये ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट है. बहुत सारे तुम में से आगे जाके एनालिटिक्स के लिए प्रिपेयर करोगे, कोर के लिए प्रिपेयर करोगे, नॉन कोर के लिए भी प्रिपेयर करोगे. बट इन सब के लिए जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज तुम लोग को रिक्वायर्ड होगी वो है कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, टीम लीडर मतलब टीम मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स, और तुम कैसे कन्विंस कर सकते हो किसी को. ये सारी चीज तुम्हें टीम दक्ष में सीखने को मिलेंगी. जैसे उज्जवल सर ने कहा कि किसी को भी कितना भी आता हो ये मैटर नहीं करता. मैटर ये करता है कि तुम्हारे अंदर कितना डेडिकेशन है, तुम कितने डेडिकेशन से सीखना चाहते हो. और तुम, इट डजेंट मैटर कि तुम्हें ज्यादा आता है कम आता है, तुम्हें जो भी इस ओरिएंटेशन प्रोसेस में जितना भी चीजें बताई गई हैं, अगर तुम उन चीजों को भी अच्छे से देख लेते हो तो तुम्हें बहुत आराम से तुम्हारा मतलब इंडक्शन में तुम्हें बहुत आराम से हो जाएगा. अब दूसरी बात कि देखो, तुम लोग को पता है कि कभी ना कभी कॉलेज में आने के बाद तुम्हें इंटर्नशिप के लिए इंटरव्यू देना पड़ेगा, प्लेसमेंट के लिए इंटरव्यू देना पड़ेगा, हर चीज के लिए इंटरव्यू देना पड़ेगा. तो ये टेक्निकल टीम जो है वो तुम्हारा पहला पड़ाव है जहां पे तुम एक टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू दोगे. तुम्हें ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा जैसा तुम प्लेसमेंट के टाइम या इंटर्नशिप के टाइम दोगे. तो ये इंटरव्यू एक्सपीरियंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. टीम दक्ष का मेंबर होके कॉलेज में सर्व करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तुम लोग जैसे तुम में से कुछ लोग जो सेलेक्ट होंगे टीम दक्ष में, वो कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे टीम की तरफ, वो लोग कुछ कुछ सीखेंगे. तो तुम लोग को अपने अंदर ये जील रखना है कि तुम लोग को भी सीखना है, तुम लोग को अपना 110% देना है. और मैं इतना बस तुम लोग को गारंटी दे सकता हूँ कि तुम में से जितने भी लोग 110% पीपीटी को अच्छे से देख सुने होंगे, पॉइंट्स को नोट किए होंगे, उनको एक बार ढंग से रिवाइज कर लेंगे, वो लोग आराम से इंडक्ट हो जाएंगे टीम में. और वो लोग ही अच्छा करेंगे, क्योंकि हम लोग को ये इंश्योर करना होता है कि आप लोग में इंटरेस्ट है, आप लोग लर्न करना चाहते हैं, आप लोग वर्क करना चाहते हैं टीम में कि नहीं. इट डजेंट मैटर आपके पास कितनी नॉलेज है, क्या है. ठीक है. तुम में से किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ लो. सिर्फ मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग का पार्ट ज्यादा है दक्ष में या इलेक्ट्रिकल का भी है? बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है अक्षत. So, in Team Daksh, in an automobile, you know that there are various components like sensors. We have like तुमने गो ग्रीन के बारे में भी पढ़ा, उसमें पूरा आर्डिनो से हम लोग यूज करते हैं, मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का यूज करके, मैटलैब का यूज करके हम लोग मतलब एमिशंस को रिड्यूस करते हैं. तो ये ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है कि तुम्हें सिर्फ मैकेनिकल पढ़ना होगा. इलेक्ट्रिकल वाले बंदे इलेक्ट्रिकल का काम करेंगे, मैकेनिकल वाले मैकेनिकल का, और अगर ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि कोई इलेक्ट्रिकल का है वो मैकेनिकल में भी का वर्क कर सकता है. कोई ब्रांच वाइज प्रेफरेंस नहीं है. जो एलिजिबल होगा, जो अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगा, जो बेस्ट कैंडिडेट्स होंगे वो होंगे. कोई भी ब्रांच की एलिजिबिलिटी या ब्रांच वाइज प्रेफरेंस नहीं है. सारी ब्रांच के स्टूडेंट्स टीम दक्ष में है. So, what is the metallurgical part in Team Daksh? Can you explain? Anurag, very good question. Anurag, do you know that in metallurgical engineering branch, what we do, we select the material. Suppose if you want to make your buggy lighter, in that case, what do you need? You need a material which is having more strength, which is having more bending stiffness, everything, and which is having less weight. In that case, the metallurgical guy would play an important role in selecting the material. Which type of material will be which we will be using to make our buggy light more strong when it comes to tests. Okay. Now, सर रिटेन क्रैश टेस्ट. क्रैश टेस्ट मतलब तुम लोग को पता होगा कि जैसे जब कोई भी कार बनती है तो कार की सेफ्टी हम लोग कैसे चेक करते हैं. तुम लोग को पता होगा कि जैसे मारुति 800 है, तो अब उसके अंदर कोई बंदा है, अगर क्रैश होता है, वो मर जाता है, तो ऐसी कार को तुम लोग परचेज करना चाहोगे. तो एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है ARRI, वो क्रैश टेस्ट हम लोग रियल वर्ल्ड में करते हैं. एक कार लेते हैं, कार के अंदर एक डमी मॉडल बनाते हैं और उसको हिट कराते हैं और देखते हैं कितनी वेलोसिटी मैक्सिमम तक वो कार सेफ है. तो हम लोग अब इस तरह के प्रोटोटाइप्स तो नहीं बना सकते, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जो फाइनाइट एलिमेंट एनालिसिस का यूज करके सीआई सॉफ्टवेयर से हम लोग क्रैश टेस्ट कंडक्ट कराते हैं और देखते हैं कि हमारा डिफॉर्मेशन विद इन अ परमिसिबल लिमिट है कि नहीं. सपोज करो तुम्हें ये अंदाजा है कि तुम्हारी बग्गी जो है वो 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर से रन कर सकती है, तो हम लोग ये चेक करते हैं कि अगर बग्गी 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर से किसी बग्गी को हिट करेगी, इन दैट केस हमारी बग्गी फेल तो नहीं हो जाएगी, हमारे रोल केज ब्रेक तो नहीं हो जाएगा। या फ्लो सिमुलेशन, फ्लो सिमुलेशन, तुम लोग हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट लाइक ड्रैग फोर्स? तुम लोग में से कुछ लोगों ने सुना होगा ड्रैग फोर्स। यू हैव सीन दैट द विंग्स ऑफ प्लेन आर एरोफॉइल शेप्ड। व्हाई? इन ऑर्डर टू रिड्यूस द ड्रैग। सो यू हैव सीन दैट द शेप ऑफ सिडान्स, सिडान का तुम लोग ने शेप देखा होगा, स्ट्रीम लाइंस होता है। व्हाई? बिकॉज दे रन एट अ वेरी हाई स्पीड, एंड इन ऑर्डर टू रिड्यूस द ड्रैग फोर्स ऑन दैट कार, we generally see aerodynamics. Yeah, correct, Rishabh. So for aerodynamics we do flow analysis. Now, any more questions? Aerodynamic design. Yeah, good, Shubham. Sir, can Team Daksh will also help in analytic and core sector? If yes, Ashutosh, Team Daksh will not help you for this team is not here to help you for placement. This team you have to contribute in team. By contributing in team, you will learn various other skills which you can utilize by preparing for core, non-core analytics. Anywhere you can implement that. Okay. Approximate cost of manufacturing a buggy. It is approximately 7 lakhs. Shivam, Anand, yeah. Does buggy have airbags? No, Aniket, we don't have airbags. Sir, कौन सा configuration का laptop होना चाहिए? When you will be inducted in the team, we will be telling you each and everything. How can we prepare for career in this? Oh, Aniket, that is a very good question. That if you want to prepare a good career in automobile engineering, in that case, in our college, we have very good companies like Bajaj, Tata Motors, Royal Enfield, and many other automobile company visit in our campus. In that case, you will get an edge when you will sit for the interview in that particular company, and there you can pursue your career in that. Okay. Use of Arduino in ATV. Yeah, Shubham, like in Team Daksh or in Baha AC India, we have been given a task for innovation. How we can innovate our. Suppose if you want to innovate our buggy in a such a way that the buggy will only start when you will keep your helmet on your head. So this is an example where you can use Arduino in order to increase the safety of your passenger. So you can use Arduino or electronics in innovation part. Is the texture of material also designed in CAD? Uh, Ashish, we do rendering. For rendering, we do use Keyshot for giving textures and all. Will Range Rover hire people? No, no, no. Range Rover doesn't come. So written test on basis. Yeah, Mehtab, surface design. Like, what do we mean by surface design? So you have seen in a car, there is a surface on a roll cage or on a members, there are surfaces. So for designing that surfaces, we use CATIA. Okay. Like we make panels, we make bonnet covers, etc. That we called as surface design. Okay. Sir, any radiator used in our buggy? So we don't use any radiator. Our engine is air cooled. We have fins on our engine, and our engine is air cooled. We don't have any radiators. It is air cooled. सर क्लब में वेरियस लाइक स्पॉन्सरशिप इंजन डिपार्टमेंट पहले चूज करना होगा इंडक्ट अक्षत लाइक यू हैव टू गिव योर प्रेफरेंस लाइक यू वांटेड टू बी अ पार्ट इन टेक्निकल सेक्शन और स्पॉन्सरशिप सेक्शन आफ्टर दैट व्हेन यू विल गेट इंडक्टेड इन द टीम वी विल टेल यू what are the roles which each section has to do, and based on your skill set you can choose whatever the section you wanted to work with. Will the experience of Daksh help in our project further? Yeah, Priyanshu, it will help you a
Guys,
lot.
further questions will be resolved in your chat box only. We are having Nihit sir, our last year captain, with
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
I welcome Nihit sir through. Please share his experience and his words with us. Nihit sir, are you there?
Yeah, Ujjwal. Thank you and good evening all. Am I audible clearly? Please confirm.
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, hello all. I'm Nihit, final year mechanical engineering, and like I'm seeing we have been taught a lot about the team, and that will be, I guess, enough for the induction for you to go through the induction. So I won't talk about that. So मैं टीम के बारे में बात करना चाहता हूँ. तो because the actual sentiment is very hard to convey through an online meet. कि what is the team? What is the team is all about? टीम कैसे फंक्शन करती है, क्या काम है, मतलब टीम में क्या क्या इमोशंस रहते हैं. उसके बारे में अपन बात करेंगे. So for Daksh, I have a lot to say. It is like शुरू करो तो stories ही खत्म ना हो. For you, for now, it might just be another technical team, but for us, it is like a plethora of emotions. Like many of you who had this vision in college, who had this vision कि college में जाकर ये design करेंगे, वो design करेंगे, ये बनाएंगे, वो बनाएंगे. Believe me, I had this dream too, and Daksh was like that dream coming true for me. And एक कार बनाना from scratch and according to terrain उसे fine tune करना is really a challenging and tedious task. और इसके लिए like इसीलिए इस चीज़ का charm is a bit special. Like जब कार बन के इवेंट में endurance runs दौड़ेगी then you will feel कि you have achieved something. एक एक instances memory में convert हो जाते हैं. For me, Daksh was the best thing that happened to me throughout the 4 years of my engineering life. And I believe कि I owe a lot to the people of Team Daksh, be it seniors, juniors, or my batch members. So I want to tell you about an incident that we had in the Baja 2020 event. Our car was running in the endurance race and for the last 3 hours. And तब तक बहुत wear and tear हो चुका होता है. I hope you all are familiar with Hindi also, I guess. I hope so. Okay, so that endurance track has lots of slush in it. So what happened? Ki our accelerator cable got jammed by the slush. And when you are in endurance race, every single minute has points. So I was bit prepared for this mishap and मैंने एक accelerator cable borrow करके रखा था किसी और team से in case a crash happens or something some mishap happens. So I quickly changed it and the cable and the car was on the track again. And as I said, a single borrowed cable helped our car to complete the endurance run. So why is it so special? Because endurance run is like one of the toughest events of Baha essay or the whole Baha event. Right? Let me tell you, only 10 to 15 cars out of 300 teams all over India complete the race. This is because the endurance track is so tough that it breaks every single piece of your car down. And that is a tough job to make a car that will withstand the harsh terrains of the endurance run, as I said. Okay, so enough about it. I wish you all the best for this new chapter and don't feel overwhelmed to whatever that has been taught to you. And अगर select नहीं भी होते हो तो that is not the end. There are people जिन्होंने second year में team join की and they became the top leaders of the team. And हाँ, there are some preconceived notions about the team कि सिर्फ boys होते हैं या किसी particular branch के लोग होते हैं. Check the history of Daksh and you will find that the best of best members are from all genders, all branches, from all directions, east, west, north, south, everything. So इस confusion में मत रहना. Until and unless if you love cars and you have the passion for it, then congrats, you're in. Thank you. If you want to ask something, then you're free. Anyone? Can we join Daksh in second year also? Yes, you can. You can sit for the inductions in your second year if you are interested enough for it. Any more questions? कोई कुछ पूछना चाहता है तो पूछ सकते हो. You are free. How to become a driver in the car? See, there are various factors that are into play for the driver of the car. Firstly, you need to be very short and like lightweight because, as I said, to withstand the endurance run, the car has to be very lightweight. And there are several other factors at play. You learn about that when once you are in a team. Or when will the induction start? You will be informed about that. Okay. So I think that is it from my side. आगे Ujjwal and all will continue. Thank you, everyone.
If you guys have any type of confusion, you can contact your any senior. You guys can have your contact number of your seniors, right? Your immediate seniors or your third year seniors. You can contact any one of them if you have any confusion regarding the induction process.
हाँ,
There was
this
a
is this is something that I also want to say कि आप कुछ भी doubt हो, like doubt could be anything, कुछ भी confusion हो तुम अपने senior से पूछो, उनसे doubt है then you can ask me, you can text me, कोई भी doubt हो.
A common question is there, sir, that can a student be in Daksh and Phoenix both? See, the clear answer is no. Uh, Being in a technical team is a hectic task. Like you will have to work for nights. Situations may come when you will have to work over all night. So you can't be in two teams, and there are some confidential data that a team won't share with some other team also. So
This is the case.
can't be two technical
Firstly,
teams.
the श्योर शॉर्ट आंसर है कि तुमसे एक ही टेक्निकल टीम हैंडल नहीं होगी. दो is like overkill. दो टीम साथ में हैंडल करना है. So Ujjwal, when is the induction?
So the dates are out. 24th March. We will start from 24th March, and the further time will be sent in your groups. It
अच्छा,
will be
okay.
delivered in
So
your
I
groups.
hope I'll see you all at the induction. All the best. चलो फिर.
Thank you, all the seniors,
Thank you.
for your captivating and compelling words. I hope we have answered to everyone's question, and for any further query, you can you can contact us. A very best of luck to all the juniors present here, and we are eagerly waiting to see you in the inductions. I hope this orientation session was fascinating and engrossing, and you all enjoyed the presentation. Really, we are very grateful to all the juniors for giving your valuable time. Thank you so much to everyone for patiently listening to us, and I sincerely appreciate your attention this evening. There is no real ending, it's just a place where you stop the story. And with this quote, we come to the end. I would like to thank you all, and here we sign off. Now, you all can leave the meeting.